Hey, welcome back to an especially interesting episode where I'll show you everything that went wrong while making the heart for my mom. Check out that previous video, link in the description. And yeah, it really did melt her heart. She even put it up on the wall. But I guess I'll have to make something bigger in the future. Now, looking for driftwood actually isn't as easy as I thought it would be. Too big, too small, too damaged, too thin. Nope. No, not rough enough. Nope. No. 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 What? Ah, it's perfect. Taking the measurements for the CAD model, I completely forgot to account for the curvature of the workpiece. I could still make a flat surface in my CAD model, but I should have made the cuts deeper. I had this really good idea to carve out a sunset along the length of the workpiece. Since my CNC mill is too small to do it in one go, that created way too many alignment issues, since I had to do it in several steps and reposition the workpiece each time. I tried to solve it by including an alignment marker, printing the CAD drawing and gluing it to the workpiece. I think this works well, but I'll use multiple markers next time. I simulated the operation both in Fusion 360 and in Candle, which interfaces with my mill, and I made sure that all the travel moves would fit inside the machine and that it wouldn't crash into the clamps. I even ran the whole operation in air as a proper machinist would do, but then I crashed it into the workpiece anyway. No! When you turn on a CNC mill, it doesn't actually know where the tool is. This is why you use a homing sequence where the machine locates the end point of each axis, and that becomes the machine's reference point, allowing you to recover from crashes and power failures. But since this machine doesn't have any end stops, it can't be homed, which means the reference point will be wherever the tool happened to be when you start or reset the machine. You can still use the machine just fine, since you're going to set your own reference point on your workpiece anyway, but Fusion 360 included a command which moved the tool to the machine's reference point in the Z-axis before doing anything else, with the intention of raising the tool above the workpiece before traveling radially, which usually prevents accidents. But because of the lack of end stops and homing, the machine 0 was accidentally higher when I was making sure everything was correct, but low enough to make contact with the workpiece when I actually ran it for real. And now the piece is ruined. But wait, look, what's this? That works. I then spent an embarrassingly long time going through the whole design and changing it so it would work on the other side, instead of simply mirroring the whole piece. I don't know why I didn't realize sooner. I was mirroring several of the components anyway. Here we go again. The milling was going great, but it's now that I start discovering all the alignment issues as well as lack of cutting depth required because of the curvature of the workpiece. However, those problems are insignificant compared to this. I got a second chance on the other side of the workpiece, but I crashed again. I don't think it's meant to be. This time, right when the operation was finishing, the end mill came loose and dug itself down into the workpiece like a screw because the screws holding the end mill in the coupling weren't secured tightly enough. I have previously destroyed a coupling because I tightened the screws too much. So, well, clearly moderation is the key. Because the operation was now complete, the tool then moved the end mill through the piece to finish it off, although it was of course already ruined. Clearly I had been too ambitious, and there weren't any sides left on the workpiece, so I went outside again to find a new piece of wood. The weather wasn't as nice anymore, but I guess it did suit my mood. I found a smaller piece which would actually fit in my machine, and I decided to only do the heart this time. Having made all the mistakes on the first sacrificial piece, and having limited the size of the project, I was able to make a heart in wood for my mom, and you can check out that video, link in the description. Now I hope my mistakes have taught you something. If nothing else, we're only human and mistakes are a part of life. We'll never get anything done if we aren't willing to make mistakes every now and then. And now it's your turn. Maybe you'll get something good in the end, like I did. Yay! You stayed till the end. That means you should like this video and subscribe to my channel. And it helps a lot when you support me on Patreon. Thanks.